Hello, everybody. It's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. I work with Maggie and Lauren to bring you crochet tutorials. Let me zoom you out so you can see this pattern. This is called the side saddle pattern. It's beautiful. And this is just a sample that I made so you could see what it looks like. I do want you to note that the sides on these are different. So if you do this pattern, I think I would recommend a border just to even it out, but it's an absolute beautiful pattern, and I do enjoy this one. It's a 2-row repeat, and this would be good for hot pads, dishcloths, baby blankets, lap blankets, big blankets, comforters. It's versatile on both sides, so there's not one good side, one bad side, and I like this. So let's dive right into this, okay? I am using just some yarn, scrap yarn that I have, and I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. So we're going to do a chain, and I want you to do a chain of multiples of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'll do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then when you get the width that you want, when you're done and your multiples of 5, add just 2 more chains. Okay. Now the second chain from the hook, I want you to put in a single crochet. Let me bring you guys in a little more. After you do your single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now we're going to do a 4 together double crochet. So wrap the hook. Go in, bring up some yarn, wrap, and go through 2. Let's wrap it again and go into the next chain. Bring it through, wrap, and just go through 2. Got 3 loops. Let's do it again. Go into the next one, bring up, wrap, go through 2. You have 4, and let's do it one more time. Wrap and go through 2. If you did it right, you should have 5 loops on your hook. You wrap and you go through all 5 and chain 1 to hold that there. Okay. Now in your next stitch, just do a single crochet. And then again, we're going to chain 3. And we're going to do that 4 together again. So we're going to wrap, go in, and you just go through 2, wrap, and go through 2, wrap, go through 2, wrap, and go through 2. And you again have 5 loops, wrap, go through all 5, and chain 1. And then in the next stitch, a single crochet. Let's do that again. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do a 4, 4 together. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you count 5 loops, you wrap and you go through all 5 and chain 1. And for the ending, next stitch, you do a single crochet. Now let's do a 4 to chain 3. I almost forgot that. 2 and 3. Now let's do a 4 together. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have 5 loops, wrap and go through all 5. And if you did it right, if your counts were right, you should have 1 stitch left over, and in that stitch just do a single crochet. Now this is not the repeat row, this is a row to get you started. So next row is row 2. 2 and 3 are going to be the repeats through this whole pattern. This is a just get you started row. So turn your work. I want you to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. After you chain your 5, you go into this next stitch right here, the stitch right before your chain 3, and you do a single crochet. Then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And in this chain 3 right here, we're going to do the 4 together, wrapping it around it. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Did you see how I went right around that? Then you wrap and you go through all of them and you chain 1. Then you come over to your next one, and right before the chain, that stitch right before the chain, just plop in a single crochet right there. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And in this chain 3 right here, you're going to do another 4 together. You wrap in it right around. The same 4 togethers that we went through. 2, 3, and 4. And then you wrap and you go through all 5 and chain 1. And you're going to do that single crochet, chain 3, and then you do another 4 together, and you do that same repeat all the way through your entire row. 2, 3, and 4. Wrap, go through all of them, chain 1. And then I have one more right here, my last one, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And right in here in this chain 3, you put in your last cluster. Make sure you don't put the clusters in the chain 5s. You have to be very careful on what side you're working on. Okay. Go through, chain 1. So now you have your chain 1 space on this side. You go right in there and you put in a double crochet. So this side gets the double crochets. So you turn your work, chain 1. Now this is row 3. Like I said, this is going to feel weird in the beginning, so don't stress about it. So you go right over, you put in your single crochet in the next row. In your next stitch, that stitch right before the chain 3, then you do your chain 3, and in that chain 3 at the below, you put in your 4 together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you wrap and you go through them all, chain 1. Then you bounce over to your next one, put in a single crochet. You chain 3, Then you put your cluster in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1. Okay. Then you put your single crochet, chain 3, 2, and 3. And in your chain 3, you do your cluster. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wrap, go through them all, chain 1. Okay, then you do your single crochet. You have one more chain 3 before we do our chain 5. Like I said, be very careful you don't add a cluster in your chain 5 because that'll throw everything off. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you wrap, go through all of them. And chain 1 to lock it. And in this chain 5, you go in and you just put in a single crochet. Alright. And then this is the chain 5 area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you put in your single crochet. And then you proceed as normal. So that was rows 2 and 3 that we did. Alright. So you always want to make sure you end with the same amount of clusters that you started with. Alright. So let's go another row. So we did our single crochet, chain 3. This is repeating a row 2 now. So we do a cluster. Go through all. And then I single crochet, chain 3. Then in the next one, we do our next cluster. All, chain 1. Do our single crochet, chain 3. Do our cluster. Wrap and go through all, chain 1. Do our single crochet. Chain 3. This is our chain 3 side, okay? So don't get that mixed up. So we do our cluster, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go through all of them, chain 1. And then here, like we did down here, we'll put in our double crochet. Okay, and chain 1, and you turn. You go right, this is row 3 now. I'm repeating row 3. You put your single crochet right in there, then you chain 3, and then you're back at your clusters. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you chain 1 to lock it. And then the next one you do single crochet, and chain 3, and you do your cluster. Single crochet, you chain your 3, and we do our cluster. Single crochet, you chain your 3, cluster, chain 1, lock it in always, and in your chain 5 you do your single crochet. Now look how quickly, after getting through just those couple rows, it straightened out. So now it's even, just like the sample that I showed you. It will, I think I did a smaller version here, but it will even out. It just takes, it takes a little bit of time, like 3 or 4 rows for it to start evening out. So in the beginning, it's going to look very, very wonky, but take your time and make sure you keep your count. Make sure you're not adding rows or clusters. But this side saddle stitch is to die for. This is like a favorite stitch of mine. It's beautiful. It works well. It's very versatile, and it has texture to it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching our videos. We can't thank you enough. Maggie, Lauren, and I'm Ronnie. Thank you for all the love and the support you're giving us. So can you help us out and continue that? Can you hit that like and subscribe button down below? And come join us on Facebook for Whip and Chain for Work in Progress and Chain. And we're doing as many tutorials and requests as we possibly can get in. So until next time, happy crocheting, everybody.